and welcome to the lesson on point of view in nonfiction stories. Today we're going to look at first-hand and second-hand nonfiction storytelling techniques. So let's start with the definitions, first-hand and second-hand stories. A first-hand story is an account of an event or topic based on personal experiences. The writer will use pronouns such as I, we, and me. Some examples of first-hand stories are autobiographies, memoirs, and diaries. A second-hand story is an account of an event or topic based on an author's research, not personal experience. The writer will use pronouns such as he, she, they, and it. Some examples of nonfiction second-hand stories would be news articles, biographies, and textbooks. Can you tell the difference? So let's look at these two different examples here. We have a first-hand and a second-hand. First-hand. Those were cheerless, desperate days. I don't think anyone who did not live through the Depression can even understand how difficult it was. I had been lucky. In the summer of 1932, I'd been able to work as a seventh summer as a lifeguard at nearby Lowell Park and had saved enough money to finance a hunting trip. I had a new college diploma that summer and lots of dreams. Reagan also took a trip to Chicago to look for a job. If there was ever a time in my life when my spirits hit bottom, it was probably the day I thumbed my way back to Dixon in the rain, tired, defeated, and broken. This was from The American Life, the autobiography by Ronald Reagan. Here's a second-hand account of Ronald Reagan. His first job was as a lifeguard at the Rock River in Lowell Park near Dixon in 1927. Reagan performed 77 rescues as a lifeguard, noting that he notched a mark on a wooden log for every life he saved. Can you tell the difference between the two? Do you see any differences? So let's look at the first question here. Why do you think Reagan's own version does not mention the 77 lives he saved? What do you think? Did you say that generally when people are writing firsthand they don't like to brag? That's probably the right answer. He probably isn't going to write in his own book, I saved 77 people. It sounds too boastful for most people to put in a firsthand account. They're not going to brag about themselves. They're really just telling you about their own lives. What other things do you get from the first-hand account that you didn't get from the second-hand account? Take a look at it. Take a moment to jot down some of your ideas. So let's take a trip back. We went over this first semester, the different types of point of view in fiction. Hopefully everybody remembers this. So in fiction we had the first person point of view, which is when the narrator uses the first person point of view and he writes using the I. The main character is the writer himself. And this can be true in a fiction account. You have lots of fictional accounts that are written in the first person. I want to say Twilight is written in the first person for those who are Twilight fans. But we all know Twilight is obviously fiction. There are many, many, many non-fiction types that we already went over those examples, memoirs, autobiographies, etc., that can be written in the first person as well. The second person point of view is where you are given directions, so the narrator is talking directly to you. This is often, you'll find these in directions, choose your own stories, how-to guides. Often, if you notice, directions and how-to guides, these are going to be non-fiction pieces. However, since they don't include a story, you're really not going to be looking at that in nonfiction literature. Third person, on the other hand, we had three different types in fiction. We had the objective, where the author or the narrator does not tell any character's thoughts or feelings. We had the limited third person, which gives only the thoughts and feelings of one character. And the omniscient, which gives the thoughts and feelings of all characters, or at least many characters. And the narrator knows details even some of the characters do not know. And that's fiction. When we turn and we look at it in nonfiction, again, we can still have that first person, especially if it's an autobiography or a memoir. Second person is when the narrator speaks directly to the reader. Okay, so second person, this is called direct narration. So if you're looking at a set of directions, or where somebody's trying to explain something to you, maybe like a cookbook or something. But again, since this is not a story that they're telling, this would be direct narration, and it's not really considered a point of view in literary nonfiction. The third person, in nonfiction, there are no fictional characters to give thoughts and feelings to. Therefore, there is no limited or omniscient point of view in nonfiction. So can you match them up? We have first hand and second hand. Pretty easy. Take a moment. Which one goes to first hand? Which one goes to second hand? If you got this, you're right. First person point of view is the first hand account. Second hand is that third person account based on research. It's an objective point of view where you're not getting thoughts and feelings of characters. You're only getting facts and details. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, be sure to talk to your teacher before taking the quiz. Have a great day.